everyone, good morning, good afternoon or good evening depending on when you're watching this video. My name is Anna Portness and this is Mwananchi Digital. Well, if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss anything that we posted here. So with me today is the Managing Director for Mwananchi Communications Limited, Mr. Bakari Machumu, and he's here to talk about this third edition of the Citizen Rising Woman Initiative. So for those who have been following us since the first edition, will be aware of what is going on. But Mr. Machumu is here to elaborate more about that. Hi, Mr. Machumu, how are you?
Good morning, Anna.
How are you?
So should I also say good morning, good evening, good afternoon?
Yeah.
Depending on where our readers or viewers will be watching us.
You can also say that.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How have you been? How has been 2023 treating you?
2023 has been good so far. Of course, every beginning of the year, things always don't go the way you wish them to. But those are good challenges, and then you adjust and you start chasing the year.
Okay, that's good. It's the third edition of the Citizen Rising Woman Initiative. Now, as the Managing Director for Mwananchi Communications Limited, can you tell us how has the journey been so far?
The journey has been exciting. Imagine launching this initiative 3 years ago, and then the way it has resonated with the audience, the way it has been received is encouraging for us who came up with this idea. So we believe our contribution in that space, bringing the gender discussion to the top of our coverage, and the way we do it for 2-3 months. So you make sure that you set that agenda, and to us that is added value, and it goes with what we believe in, as our slogan says, empowering the nation. So how do we empower the nation? We empower the nation through showcasing these brilliant women, encouraging women, also encouraging companies to put women in the forefront of whatever they.
Okay, and I'm one of the witnesses. I witnessed it, like the improvement since we started this initiative, because I was part of it, and I've seen the improvement so far. You talked about this agenda. Do you think the media in general is doing enough to push this gender agenda?
I think the media is doing enough under the circumstances, and maybe to be more clear to this concept of gender, we have to get it right, in my view. Gender is not an issue of sexuality, a man or a female. And gender is not synonym to female. Gender includes both sex, men and women. So I think at times we've tended to use the word gender and the gender concept as something that has to do about women. So I think you are getting wrong from the beginning. But from gender, the word gender, it is men and women. So what do we need to do together to complement each other? Biologically, women have their competencies. Men have their competencies. Men alone cannot win. Women alone cannot win. Putting us together, complementing each other, using the different qualities from both sexes, then we make good progress. So to me, I'll say, first, maybe we need to approach it from that holistic point of view, as opposed to looking at it that this is now the time for women. And I understand why we have to do that. Because over the years, there's been that marginalization of the other sex, women. And for that matter, you have to be deliberate in at least bringing them to the same level. But then that shouldn't be the main focus. You have to do those affirmative action, yes, but what is your end game? You don't get to, once you have the 50-50, then you don't want it to flip for someone to say, now it's our time. Because if you get into that trap, they'll reach a point where women will be on top, and then men now will start campaigning for it's our time now, let's get back our position. And you never know. Once they go back to that position, coming down will not be an easy thing, because now it becomes a tug of war. So to me, I look at it like, you have to look at it, what does it really mean? To me, gender should be focusing on equity and equality. And when you talk of equality, you are looking at, for instance, you are here working for Mwananchi Communications. Yes. You are a woman. I am a man. So if I say, Anna, you cannot go shoot this video because you are a woman, that is wrong. Yes. If we are doing a story and they'll say, no, I can't find an economist who is a woman because my story will not be credible. That is wrong. So we have to be deliberate in things which bring all these competencies. So you can do whatever you want to do. You are not restricted regardless of your sex. We can ask questions. We can include women. We should include women in our storytelling. Get their views as well, as opposed to just having focus. So I think that's the discussion maybe which tend to not get mileage as we focus on just it has to be a man, not a man.
Okay, wonderful. I think many people needed to hear that. Like they needed to hear that explanation, because when you talk about gender, a lot of people just, their mind goes to, it's about women, it's about women. But gender, it's men and women. You have to, when you talk about gender, you talk about both, like men and women. So, and
it just reminded me of last year, we won an award under the Association of Tanzania Employers. It was for the first time we were participating in the annual awards under ATE. And they won in the new category called Gender Equality. And people are like, no, it can't be. Yeah. Mwananchi? How? You have more men than women. But if you look at the criteria for winning that award, was because of what I just explained. Yes. We have a policy where we don't discriminate in giving assignment, giving opportunity to women and men. Yes. So equal opportunity for all.
That's amazing. Okay, talking about the third edition of the Citizen Resolve, what are some of the lessons you have learned so far through this initiative, like as a leader?
As a leader, yes. Interesting. You know, when we started, we did not have people say moral authority to start this initiative. I will explain.
Explain. I was waiting for the explanation, okay?
So we launched this initiative, and internally we are discussing before launching it. And I said, we are going to promote companies to embrace, companies to involve women, to give women more position, more leadership position. We are going to be awarding companies which have initiative that aim at grooming women to come into leadership position, and they have that gender balance, right? Yes. But looking at ourselves internally, we found ourselves wanting very, very much. Yeah. So, for instance, our female to male ratio was 4:1 in favor of men, meaning 25% of our staff were women, 75 men. Come to the leadership, senior leadership positions, we had 0 female in our executive committee, ExCom. So fast forward 3 years later, we are sitting at 42% women and 58% men. So that move from 25 to 42, and in the ExCom, the senior management team, from 0 to 2. So as we speak, we have 2 female managers at the senior level out of 8. The learnings to me was at times when you believe in a cause, you have a purpose, yes, you don't need to be 100% ready for you to start. But as long as you know your end game, where do we want to go? Why are we starting this? What problem are we solving? There's this problem, there's this opportunity for us to contribute, and our contribution have to have an impact in a long run, has to empower someone somewhere to do their own things, has to inspire someone somewhere to do beyond the limitations that we tend to put before us. So those are the learnings that we started without having that credibility, so to speak, and we were criticized. And when we were launching the initiative, we knew we would be criticized. And even in the speech, the opening speech, I preempted the discussion by stating that we are not doing well here, but we will improve as the years go. That did not stop people from. Yeah, so where we are today, we made some good progress, and the journey continues.
Okay, that's good. So for people who are asking, do you do what you preach? Like, yes, we're doing what we preach, right? Okay, so last year we launched a slogan like empowering the nation in 2022. Was this inspired by some of the initiatives like this, the Citizen Rising Women Initiative?
You must remember that, must know that about 2 years ago, today, we started, 3 years ago, we started a campaign to assess ourselves, see where we are, look at the challenges around the globe, what is hitting the media sector, and see how we can transform and become a more learning, a more agile organization. So we launched the transformation campaign under 4 areas of focus, which we called the 4 Ps. The 4 Ps standing for purpose, 2 standing for people, 3 standing for processes, and then 4 products. So the 4 P, purpose, which now led us to coming up with this tagline or slogan. We assessed our role as a media organization. What is it that we do? So what? What's our impact? What's the purpose of our existence? And we went through that process, and we said, from our mission, where we say we empower society through superior content. Then we crafted and we picked that purpose and amplified it to carry us in whatever we do. So when we say we are empowering the nation, it is, it should be in our DNA in whatever we are doing. So When we are doing content in Mwananchi, the Citizen, Mwanasport, or Mwananchi Scoop, or digital platform, social media, whatever, at the back of our mind, when we are preparing those stories, we should be asking ourselves, I'm writing this story, so what? The aim is to empower. How do you empower someone? You empower someone through giving them knowledge, through showing them opportunities they can seize on, through highlighting where things are going wrong, so that national public resources are utilized efficiently and effectively. So that way we empower our leaders, we empower decision makers, we empower the society, we empower the nation. So that applies to all the products and services we offer. So Rising Woman, for instance, is part of that. And Rising Woman, how does it empower women? As we said earlier, we are telling stories of women who have made it, how they made it, and that inspire other girls, other women to learn from them that if Anna succeeded, it is possible. I can also do that. So that way we empower you also to chase your dream.
Okay, wonderful. Earlier we talked about the gender. Like when people hear about gender, they think it's about women. So I have a question for you now. There's this assertion that gender initiative only focus on women. So after the 3rd edition of the Citizen Rising Women, well, should perhaps accept something like about working men, or we just have to wait? Can we now talk about the working men? Like, can you expect something like the Rising Women Initiative for men now?
Then we'll be going against what I explained earlier, because I don't believe in those separation, the individualism. I believe in collaboration. So to me, I think we just need to be mindful of this campaign we are doing about gender equality, gender equity, gender balance. What is our purpose?
I think men would want to be to feel appreciated as well. Like we have Men's Day, they want to be appreciated as well. Like for Men's Day, can we do something about it on that day? Just to appreciate the working man.
No, that's
it's not like a war between men and women, but for men, should we expect something like for them as well on their special day?
Maybe I didn't understand your question, but if there are Women's Day, there are Mother's Day, there are Father's Day, that one can be done. But I think the trend has always been when it comes to these international days and what have you, you know, fathers, men, they don't even remember if they exist, and women will not also remind us and do big things.
I think
sometimes in the evening, it's when you realize, oh, it is our day today.
Oh, when you hear other people talk at work like, oh, so it's Men's Day. I didn't even know.
But that's such is life.
Okay, so I think maybe we should do something about it to remind men like, oh, now we appreciate you.
Of course, every human being want to be appreciated, and wherever someone is appreciated, they're happy and they become more productive.
That's true.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so looking forward for that. Now, before I let you go, as we're about to kick off the 3rd edition of the Citizen Rising Woman 2023, what should readers and other stakeholders look forward? Stakeholders, I mean.
Yeah, maybe I should say that the Citizen Rising Woman Initiative, which goes in line with the International Women's Day, it's built its brand, its reputation based on telling stories, real stories from different women. From the beginning, we did more than 60 stories, 60 stories from 60 different women. The second year, the same. This year, we are going to do the same. So what they should expect most from us is to be more to continue being more professional, to highlight some of the success, but also challenges and how to overcome them, and also to use all our platform, print, digital, social media, to reach the wider audience in preaching what is possible, what is not possible. But also looking at how do we now take the conversation beyond successful women, taking the conversation on the making of better human beings. And here, looking at our kids, our girls in schools, how do they start gaining that confidence, not because they just want to be successful, but because they just want to be part of people who will change the world, not to be successful for themselves.
Okay. Not just
to play the bigger role of being agents of change. How do they embrace that? How do we take that conversation to that? Because I believe if we get into discussing that, we'll not be looking at it is a time for women. Rather, we'll be looking at what can we do different to impact the larger community, the larger society in a more meaningful way.
Well, there you have it, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. I was doing an interview with the Managing Director for Mwananchi Communications Limited, Mr. Bakari Machumu, and he has talked about a lot of things concerning the third edition of the Citizen Rising Women Initiative. Well, for more information about it, please be sure to follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We are all over there. But you could also subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss anything that will be posted here concerning the Rising Women and everything else. My name is Anna Portness, and till next time, bye now.